This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. The Republican Party is filled to the brim with individuals who are obsequious and want to sidle up to Donald Trump. And their entire mission is to demonstrate to the world and to Donald Trump just how much of an ass kisser they are to Donald Trump. And this is their path to power. This is their path to being adjacent to power. And in these individual disparate attempts at their quest for power, they battle one another. The clip I'm going to show you is Charlie Kirk jumping on the Vivek Ramaswamy bashing Ronna Romney McDaniel train. But it really does demonstrate the divide in the Republican Party that is steeped in conspiracy theory. But again, their chief concern is to demonstrate just how much of a lapdog and yes man and ass kisser they can be to their wannabe and the wannabe autocrat, Donald Trump. You see it with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer jostling for who can kiss Trump's ass the most, and now they're battling one another. And we see it with several other figures. But today I want to show you this clip with the twitchy, Zeppelin-headed freak, Charlie Kirk, bashing Ronna Romney McDaniel. She dropped the Romney to try to be more MAGA. She's the niece, I believe, of Mitt Romney. And he's saying that he has told Trump that he believes Ronna Romney McDaniel is a plant for Democrats or some other such nonsense. And again, it really does just demonstrate the low depths that they will sink to try to please and prove their loyalty to Donald Trump. Watch this.
You're a loser. A professional Romney infiltrating loser. Is there any difference now between the RNC and the DNC? I have a real question. Is Ronna McRomney there to make sure we lose in 2024? I am telling President Trump privately and publicly, he better remove her. Does Ronna Romney want Donald Trump in prison? That's a really interesting question. Is she an up? And I really think she's an infiltration at this point. I think she is an infiltration.
They are so helplessly blind to the fact, voluntarily blind to the fact that they're losers. They're losing not because of Ronna Romney McDaniel, but because of their loyalty to Trump himself. That everything he has something to do with withers on the vine. His endorsements go nowhere. His election denying allies, they lose. It's not Romney McDaniel. She has an impossible job, and I'm not sticking up for her. She is an authoritarian apologist. She is an apologist for the insurrectionists. She is an enemy to democracy. She is an enemy to our Constitution. She's terrible, to be sure, but they're not losing solely because of her. They're losing because of Donald Trump and because of people like Charlie Kirk, who will have no other way but absolute, unquestioned, unchecked loyalty to Donald Trump. In word and in deed, you cannot speak anything ill against the dear leader. Otherwise, you're an infiltrating loser. The Republican Party has a serious, we have a problem with the Republican Party in the country, but within itself, if we just take a 30,000-foot view of the Republican Party, they've got a problem that they're not going to continue, or the days of winning are over. You will have in individual municipalities across the country or congressional districts, certainly there are pockets. I grew up in one of these pockets of radicalism and radical right-wing conservatism. Certainly, those districts are going to remain. But to believe that there's a chance at national public wins outside of cheating, outside of voter suppression and the oppression of minority groups that they don't want voting, there's really a slim chance of this. Now, because of our goofy electoral system, the Electoral College, of course, there's an outside chance that one of these maniacs could win. But you need to keep in mind that the popular vote hasn't been won by a conservative or by a Republican president for like 30 years. To be this blind and to be volunteering to be so is a remarkable thing. But this is how fascism takes root, and this is how fascism marches on. It's with people who want to be adjacent to power. They want to be powerful, and so they pick their horse, and in this case, it is the ugliest maim horse there is, Donald Trump. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me daily at dollemore.com. I apologize for subjecting you to the idiocy that is Charlie Kirk. If you want to help support my work, I would encourage you to look into it. You can click the join button below. For $1.99, become a channel member. You can hit the super thanks button, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All of those are great ways to help support what we do, what we create, the message that we promote here. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, Blue Sky, all of them at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. You too, Charlie Kirk. Be genuine. Take care of one another.